Oh, you should
It
do that
is
every time
Tuesday. Thank God it's Taco Tuesday. Linz, let me know when you could hear me. If you could hear me. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we're looking at Doug's new lair. The shark tank.
He still knocks
Looking
stuff out.
good, Doug.
They still do.
You got some more space.
Rhinos.
All right, well,
I feel like we should like
we moved you from the
old school and
closet
get some like
into an actual
SR1s.
room, so
Just go battle it out.
keep doing it. It's looking great,
So
Dougie.
we want to do that with these because they're cheaper.
All right, it is Tuesday,
But we have to
Technical
have
Tuesday,
rules,
and we
but
have
everything's
a
the same,
special one.
With like
We got
open
the
mic
one and
we're all
only
talking shit the
George
whole time.
Unicorn Hamill in the
should.
building.
100%.
Yeah.
RJ with Jeffrey's Performance. And we got, word on the street is RJ's flashing us?
Yeah, came here just to flash. Shock
Come on,
therapy.
let me see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chase, you're kind of giving away the plot to this story, I think. That'll be the tail end. We want to see the money shot at the end, not at the beginning. Otherwise,
this is
everybody will
true.
be asleep
This
and they
is-
won't watch the show.
This is true. We got to antagonize him, save the best for last.
I can assure you that it's definitely not worth seeing. So cut it right at the end before anything happens.
I beg to differ, RJ. I beg to differ. But we'll,
Ask my girlfriend. Trust me, it doesn't look good naked.
we'll keep the promiscuous to the end.
Okay.
So, you guys, Technical Tuesday. That means we're going to do some technical stuff. That does not mean you cannot ask questions. Please do throw them out. We've got some people that are monitoring all of those as we speak. Let's introduce Mitch right behind you. He's going to answer some questions for you guys. Also, way behind you, Lindsay Geyser's in the house, and she's actually going to be excuse me, answering some questions too. So if you have any questions for her, go for it. We have RJ from Jeffrey's Performance, of course, and he's going to be part of our feed today.
Thanks, Jay.
We've got everybody here, actually. We've got George Hamill. Obviously, this is his car, and he's going back racing with this. And to prove that everybody can get back into racing, and we're going to show you a little bit about how to actually turn one of your stock cars into a race car. And then, down below, on the scoot cart is Darren from the race team. You guys will see why Darren's here in a minute. He's going to be installing some parts as we go along the feed.
That's right.
So, today is how to flash your RS1. Or at least, we're going to show you some of the processes that are involved in putting some horsepower into your RS1. And that kind of goes for every UTV, what we're about to do. It's about the same process. So if you don't have an RS1, that doesn't mean that you're left out on today's feed. The process is about the same. So we're going to start off with something that I guess would be a package for this car. And I'm going to let RJ kind of tell us a little bit more about this package. But most often, if your flash or your tuner of choice, in this case Evo, and RJ being an Evo dealer who is going to install this kit for us, has done the homework on their kits, and if they have more horsepower they're adding to your car, maybe they've got a clutch tune to go with it, and in this case this kit does too. So with that being said, how about RJ take it away? This kit includes what and what it's going to do?
So what we're going to be installing is a stage 3 on the RS1 platform. So it's an NA motor. What that's going to do is it's going to take you from 110 horsepower and relatively give you about 10% of gain in there. In the NA motors, we also want to make sure this thing's going to breathe better. So it has an intake system on it, and it'll also get paired with Evo's clutch package.
So speaking of clutches, I don't mean to interrupt you, but since you're talking about clutches, let's talk about the clutch kit that is in this Evo package. So you can kind of see you got RJ set up with a laptop, which we're going to go into some of that stuff here shortly on him flashing this. But when it comes to the clutch kit, this right here is an adjustable weight system from Evo. So the factory weights, later on we might show you, are not adjustable. They don't have any adjustment holes like these do. These are all threaded. And you can choose which weights. More length equals more weight equals an adjustment. And these are going to control RPM. They're not only going to control total RPM, but they're going to control RPM on the flash or the hit. They're going to control RPM as it engages that belt on the primary side. It's also going to control about 50% of the total RPM in the system. So this is a big deal because in the flash that is being thrown in this, we're looking at removing some of the limitations and raising limiters and allowing this thing to actually run to its capability and make more power, and that usually is more RPM, in which case clutching is super important. Also, See a couple of springs on the dash right here. Those are primary springs. Weights, adjustable weights, and primary springs work in conjunction with each other. A spring is fighting the weight is fighting the spring, and having one out of adjustment or too much spring, not enough weight is a problem. Too much weight, not enough spring is a problem. Well, Evo has figured that out for you, so this kit can be installed with their flash and nail it right off the get-go. So with that being said, I'm going to throw these back in the box, and we're going to take this kit and hand it over to Darren, and Darren's going to install this while we are doing the rest of the work on this car. Right. So when we're done flashing it, we'll have this kit installed, and you guys can see it's not that hard. It's something that a lot of people can do. Before we go into the flash, what do you got there, Chase?
I got a live one, and not only that, I got a special live one. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Shock Doc Matt himself. Where are you at, Matt? You're a live reporter on the road. Word on the street is you're headed to UTV Takeover. How's the weather out there? How's the road going?
We're actually here already.
What?
We did a lot of driving, but we're here. Shock Therapy is in the process of getting all set up here at UTV Takeover, Oklahoma. As you see, we got some cars to display.
Awesome. Holy cow, you guys. What was the speed limit? You guys must have been doing twice the limit.
I don't know. I asked the cop I ran into last night.
You guys were in Amarillo last night. That's a long ways. You made it today. Good job.
Amarillo by morning.
Yep. Very excited. Yeah, anyone that's viewing that's going to be in Oklahoma for UTV Takeover, please stop by the Shock Therapy booth. We'd love to show you what we got.
Awesome, boys. What's up,
Matt, Matt, does that actually mean what you got or what Shock Therapy has? Because we don't need you dropping your pants.
It's what Shock Therapy's got.
Damn it.
And
I might have came out to see it.
We got Savino out there, too. Savino, what's up, brother?
Oh, it's great to be out here. Long ride, but it's going to be a great time. We're going to get set up and be ready for everybody to come the next several days. We're going to have a good time.
What's the casual wear out there right now, Savino? What should people be wearing out there? Shorts? How's the weather looking?
Why do we care about that, Chase?
Breeze during the day, 60 at night.
Hey, Savino, you're amazing on camera when you get 1,000 miles away from the shop. Now we know exactly how you are good at it.
I have a bad connection at the shop when I'm at the shop. That's the problem.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Bad connection.
We'll get you an office in Oklahoma, Savino.
We got a couple people that want to know if we're going to be tuning suspension in Oklahoma.
We will not be doing suspension, but we have a lot of good products for the car. We have some special discounts helping you set up appointments to get your shocks sent in.
Awesome. What cars did you bring with you, boys? UTVs.
We got the Cadillac, of course.
Awesome. Gold member. I love gold.
And then we got the General.
Oh, you brought Jeanette's car, a.k.a. the one I wish I had at my house.
Hey, thanks for signing in, you guys. I'm glad you made it out there safe. If anybody's watching this, make sure you go out there if that's in your area. Talk to the guys, see some parts, give them some shit. It's all perfect.
Have fun, boys.
New truck back here. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are taking up too much of our time. Bye.
Bye.
Hold on.
You better sign them off quick before they say something bad.
Yep, we got it. All right, boys.
All right, thanks for interrupting. That was awesome. We had something going really good. And what we were about to say is that since Darren is putting the clutch kit on this car, it's time for us to do the flash, and that's really where the magic is. So let's turn this back over to RJ. Tell everybody how you do what is about to happen.
So in tuning, there's 3 different ways that we can tune a vehicle. One being the map tuner that Evolution Power Sports has, and you can tune that at your home in the dunes, and it's a handheld and it's personal, used for a ton of great things, and uploaded prior to your trip. There's also what we call bench flashing, where you bring us the ECU, we plug it in, we flash it, so it alleviates you from having to bring your car, or you can ship it to us. And the third is you bring us the vehicle, which we have here, and Evolution Power Sports has their Get Tuned tool. This is all a dealer exclusive tool. We start by selecting your ECU, and what that's going to do once we turn the vehicle on, and once we key on, it's going to identify all of your ECU information. What we do with that then is we email that over to we email that over to Evo, and what they do is they tie that VIN number to the tune. So everything is exclusive to that tune. They then email us back and we input it into the car. It takes about 5 minutes. The tune itself, it can't get deleted or bumped out, or a lot of people have questions on, can the tune erase itself? It can't. Once it's successfully uploaded into there, it's there forever. So, of course, Justin, he's always.
We're not talking about you.
Side by side, guys, gives you a yee on all this info there.
Well, so in the RS1 platform, so what Evo does is they change, not only they give you added horsepower, they increase the safety parameters. So your fan temps on the RS1 come on at 204. They now decrease that to 185, giving you a little bit more longevity on the heat cycle. So after that, there is a lean spot in par throttle. They fix that. They do a lot of different things outside of just tuning for horsepower. It's all about safe, reliable tunes, and one of the biggest things is that there's probably nobody pound for pound that has as much R&D before these get put into the car than Evolution Power Sports. Todd, Jim, Josh, they spend hours in every stretch of the United States, down in Mexico, anywhere that you could be riding. That's where these tunes are tested before they go into your car, and it's the reason that we use them exclusively.
There hasn't been one event that I haven't seen Todd at.
Actually, I was gonna interrupt him and actually jump on that at the same time, because RJ's right. When we go to any of the races, you're gonna find those guys in their van. It's kind of like creeper van.
Yeah.
But it's got a wrap
Todd's
on it.
creeper
All white van.
Todd's creeper van. And they're going to be there dealing with all of their race teams. They're going to be modifying tunes, and they're taking some of the stock tunes that we're going to use in our play cars, and those are there at that race. And if it's Vegas to Reno and it's 7,000 feet and 100 degrees, then they're using that information to tune that stuff better and modify the tunes that you and I see. So again, a lot like with what we do, and not to bring it back to us too much, but with the testing that we do on shocks, we have to be in every single scenario or situation.
Yeah.
They do too.
No, absolutely. And I think that goes for anything across the board. When you're talking UTV, everybody knows that anything additional is an expense. And you want to make sure that whatever expense that you're taking on and you're going into your car with has the testing not only in a singular setting, but all, and it's diverse. And you have people like Evolution Power Sports, Shock Therapy, that have a broad tuning platform, and the testing that goes into it before they release it is imperative. So whether you're in Sand Hollow or you're down here in Glamis, or you're running across Arizona at 105, you have you at least have peace of mind that it's been tested in all of these applications before it goes into your car.
Hey, RJ.
Yeah.
I have 3 questions for you.
3.
Does an Evo tune affect a new car's warranty?
Yeah, simple answer is yes. Anything you do to your ECU is going to affect your factory warranty, specifically because Can-Am puts in their parameters, and when it's time for warranty, they want to look at that. I can tell you that there's a lot of dealers that work with Evolution Power Sports, and I don't know about that on any other tuning platform, but they work with them. So when it does come time to using your warranty, they do have ways of helping you out. So
the dealers are on the same page, being an Evolution dealer, and say a Can-Am dealer, and they're installing it at the dealership.
Absolutely.
And I've seen that many times, and no times with anybody else. It's Evo only.
No, absolutely. That's the cool thing about Evolution Power Sports, is their relationship with dealers and how comfortable they feel. Because if you look at it, a lot of times, warranty isn't exclusively motor related. I would say 9 times out of 10, it's a mechanical failure or it's something else outside of that. On the rare occasion that it is a motor failure or something to do with that, I think it'd be something they would look into a little bit further and help them out. But tuning hasn't really put people in a position where they don't want to because of their warranty, because the dealer network has been so good with them.
Is there a Polaris General tune and a Wildcat XX tune from Evo?
There is. there is. There's a Wildcat tune and there's a Polaris General tune.
Perfect. Thank you,
I
sir.
think on that note, what you'll understand about Jim and Todd is that anything that comes out, they try and not alienate themselves to the big horsepower turbo motors. They give everybody, I mean, down to Defenders. I mean, the stuff they've done with the Can-Am Defenders is astronomical.
So what you're saying is they pretty much have it all.
Have it all. They have it all.
UTV Overlander. My Polaris General warranty is so short, so no worries there. That is the spirit, brother.
That was almost a Yo Mama joke. I thought
Right?
it was going to be, my warranty is so short. And then, nope,
Yeah.
didn't happen.
Absolutely. So,
You know what? Why don't you show everybody the tuning process or flash that sucker?
Okay.
I know that's going to take a couple of minutes. And while it's doing it, then we can talk about other things too. I know Darren's been busy in the back doing his thing, banging out parts on that clutch kit. And he's probably almost done. That's about the gist of that clutch kit. It doesn't take very much to do. And it does take a couple of tools, just so you guys know. You're going to need a belt tool, which comes with the car. You're also going to need a preload tool for the primary to get that spring in there, but it can be done on the car. You don't have to take it off. Let's show some secret stuff on RJ's laptop that he doesn't want anybody to know.
Dirt Poor TV. I think you guys need to have Lindsay on more often. We'll try. We will try.
I think so too. I think, you know what, people should ask Lindsay a couple questions right now, because she really doesn't get on camera that often. If you haven't
I have a
seen
question.
it, go ahead.
Lindsay?
Yeah.
I would like to know why you don't like to be on camera very often.
I'm behind the scenes kind of person.
You're not in front of the camera thing?
No, not
So
in
this-
front of the camera kind of person.
So right
Lindsay,
now this
a lot of people probably don't know job description for Jeffrey's Performance. What do you do?
I am the marketing manager, so anything you see pretty much goes through me or is made by me first. I also work for Evolution Power Sports doing a lot of their marketing stuff too.
And one more, you have affiliation with another company. It's kind of like a family blood type thing.
Geyser Bros?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I work with my dad and my uncle a lot at Geyser Bros. So.
And what's your company, Linz? For people who are
LG.
interested in seeing you outside of Instagram and working with you in the future.
LG Creative. is me.
Awesome. She's crazy. She's in a helicopter all the time. She's nuts. And she's pretty good at driving.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lindsay's the hidden gem of the industry, and we don't want to share her with a lot of people because she does a great job for all of us. But definitely one of the most amazing human beings when it comes to media, marketing, social media.
I'm going to put her back on the spot again while you're flashing that
Go.
microphone. Thank you.
Thank you.
What was the last race that you drove a trophy truck in?
I did the Mint 400 2 years ago.
Okay, and before that?
I did Parker.
Before that?
I did. What else did I do? I did Vegas to Reno.
How many people can say that they've driven a trophy truck in 3 races consecutively?
And we
Like
finished
that.
them all.
And
Every single one.
Yeah.
Single one. we
here's
finished.
like, when was the first time you drove a trophy truck?
When I was 16.
That's crazy.
Thank you. Figured I'd put you on the spot.
Thank you.
So
That
much
was
for our
awesome.
first
That was
car.
worth it. So we're all set. It takes about 5 minutes to get that taken care of.
You already done?
Yeah, all done.
Boom, that was
Ready
it?
to go. That's it.
When we're talking about trophy trucks?
When we were talking about trophy trucks, you give one interview to Lindsay, and that's how long it takes to tune a vehicle. So after this, it's pretty much set it and forget it. You turn the key, you go have some fun, and you mash on the gas.
I have a
Hey.
great question for you, RJ,
Yeah.
real quick. From my Mookie, do you have to flash the ECU if you change your exhaust?
So with that, you don't have to change it, but what you're going to want to do is, so whether you get it from Evolution Power Sports, any other dealers, or us, let us know that. A lot of people, they either don't know or forget that if you want to go, say you started at stage 1, you have a completely stock car, if you want to upgrade, you don't have to buy whether it's a $549 or $499, whatever you pay in the beginning. It's simply a $50 charge to just upgrade from what you have to your specific stuff now. So say this RS1 came stock, and then a month later, George comes out, he's like, yo, I bolted an exhaust on. $50. We then tune it to have the parameters to accept an exhaust and give you a little bit more horsepower out of it.
I'm going to step in on that too,
Yeah.
because initially when you pulled the information off this ECU, you were actually locating all of its individual information, VIN number,
Yep.
ECU code.
Yep.
And that ECU code is going back to Evo. Evo is attaching this flash to
Yep.
that VIN number. Is
Yep,
that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so they know the history of everything you've done.
Everything. So from start to finish, one of the people, a lot of people don't know is that when we email that back, they personally take that VIN number and they tie it to whatever tune they're doing. So literally at a moment's notice, Todd is literally tuning from I think like 6 a.m. all the way to 8 o'clock at night,
Todd's
making sure
the man.
all of his dealers. What was that?
Todd's the man.
Todd's the man. Fucking Todd. Excuse me. But that's why working with Evo is really special. A lot of people think it's big box and how big they are, but they truly, almost every single tune that goes out is hand touched at every time, entering VIN numbers, making sure it's the correct profile for the car, making sure that whoever's doing it knows exactly what's going on. And I think that's a great touch for them.
Darren,
Yeah.
are you about done, buddy?
Yep.
Clutch is about wrapped up?
Yep. I just dropped the bolt.
Okay, then why don't you let me know as soon as you've got that to where it's back together enough where we can fire this up.
My Mookie, great info. Thanks, boys. Doing a great job, Chase. One of those things wasn't on there.
Yeah, I don't think that last one was on there at all.
I'm going
As a
to
matter
agree
of
with
fact.
that one.
You know what, though? Chase is on his best behavior because he really did think he was fired last Thursday.
Yeah, win
Yeah.
some, lose some. Learn from the stupid things you say, people. That's all I've got for today.
Wow, that is the best piece of advice I've actually heard out of your mouth in a long time.
I don't think I've ever heard him say something
No,
so
and RJ's known you for how long?
Too many years.
Too long.
More than,
Yeah.
more
Too
than
long.
6 or 9 years.
Yeah. You would say that.
Yeah, well, that's
you
his
would say
favorite
that.
number no matter what it is.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No,
Now, with the added horsepower that comes with these flashes and with the clutch tuning that comes with these flashes, you're going to see not only, I mean, you think that you throw power at it and it's just going to be amazing or that's all it takes. That's not really the case. You throw some power at it and the thing's going to be quicker out of the hole. It's going to be a lot quicker on the top end. But what really makes it amazing is the clutching that goes with that tune, so that when you slap the pedal down with more power, that it actually comes up to the RPM range that it needs to be, that it actually runs to its potential as it's changing from primary to secondary clutching, and then runs out on the top too. So I would suggest, from at least the little bit that I know and the racing that we do, that people actually consider all the clutch kits that come with these and make sure that they are done together. It is very, very, very important.
Justin, you
Absolutely.
guys have also been doing a ton of clutch testing as well. So how do you feel that is important as far as racing and everyday driving is concerned? In the UTV
Starting with the racing end of things, if you enter a race and the competition is as high as it is in Pro Turbo and a lot of the classes right now, if you lose 5 minutes in a 1 hour race, you're going to be 20th. The competition is that high. So if you have clutch issues and you're not able to use all the power that you can put to it, or if you have clutch issues that cause belt temp, then you have to back off the power to keep the belt from blowing up or overheating or coming apart due to temperature. There is no way that you could race with having to drive to a belt temp as opposed to driving to your abilities. That translates to the cars that play cars, dune cars, desert cars, and trail cars, because if the clutch tuning isn't right, you're just going to see a lot of belt temp and lose belts quicker. You might lose a belt every 50 miles or every 250 miles as opposed to going 1,000 miles on one belt. So tuning is super, super important.
Is that just as important from going from 30s to 32s to possibly 33s?
It absolutely is,
yeah.
because more tire is going to change the gear ratio. It's like putting a 10-speed from 5th speed to 10th gear. It's going to bog out of the hole, and you're going to want clutching to make up for that and not have any belt issues. And Chase is giving me a hand signal. He does not have anyone on the feed yet.
Woo!
Oh, he does.
Boom! Side by side, guys. What's going on, brother? Where are you at? What's your drive? What are you driving, and what's your question? We always see you guys in the feeds, man. Thanks for all the support.
Yeah, so big shout out to George. How's it going, buddy? We were just on your podcast yesterday.
Is that George?
So shout out there.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. It's awesome to have you guys on last night, too. We talked about a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, if you haven't watched his podcast, go check it out. Always great info from the race station.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, too, bud. It was awesome.
Hey, George, you think you can be more animated or anything? You're kind of like a downer right now.
I haven't slept since yesterday, so we're a little tired over here. And I don't drink energy drinks. Maybe I should get on that.
You might
Chase
want to
said-
start.
Chase said he started, so.
I'll give him some tickles here.
Yeah, there he goes. That'll get him. That'll get him up.
Yeah, thanks, boys.
Well, what's your question over there? Do you got anything for us on flashing cars? Would you like RJ to take his shirt off? We'll do whatever you want.
Fucking kill him.
Back there. So, There's, we live in the Northwest. We run these Razors, guys, big tires and clearance and all that stuff. In the community, we hear a lot of questions about two big topics. One of them is, what the heck do all the stages mean? And two, you're talking about high to low elevation stages. We just did a big trail ride where we were going from 1,500 feet to 9,000 feet. How does that affect your tune? How does that affect your clutch? And how do you affect your spring rate and your wing rate?
Okay, so I'm not sure if RJ heard all that because it's kind of hard for us to hear it on the phone, but what he's asking is what are the difference between stages and what kind of changes would you make in clutching according to tires and elevation?
So specifically to the Evo platform, stages normally correlate with equipment used or added onto the vehicle. So stage 1 is basically a stock car. When you go to stage 2, 3, 4, 5, it's adding in stages of what you're adding to the car and giving your car the ability to obtain more horsepower. So when somebody asks what's the difference between stages 1 and 3, it's normally the power level that you're going to achieve and the correlating equipment used with that. So an exhaust or an intake, charge tubes, blow-off valves. As far as elevation and what you're going to be using for clutching, it's a lot different NA versus turbo. When you get up to elevation, we work as hard as we can to, as far as wastegate settings on turbo models and also clutching, trying to get that turbo to spool. NA models, it's a little bit easier, but you're going to feel that dogginess up top. It's choking for air, basically. When the air's thinner up there, you want to go for that. I would say what you're going to want to do is what's your primary riding situation, and do you have the ability to change what you need versus using one car for an all-around vehicle and kind of set a happy medium between there.
Well, I think one misconception, though, too, is that everybody thinks that they need the biggest stage, right? You don't always need the biggest stage.
No, not at all. I think, it's what your goals are for the car. 9 times out of 10, what we do is we try and dissect what a person's telling us that they do with their car. A lot of people are like, hey, let's go to stage 5 right off the bat. That's the 85. How many people love working with the 85? Not a lot. It's finicky. You got to watch it. And we try and get them into like a stage 3, which is a 91 octane tune. And this is specific on turbo models, but it's relative to what you're going to be comfortable doing as well as what you can achieve in your hometown. You might not be able to do 85 or race fuel and you're kind of stuck doing a 91 octane tune, but that's the best application for you. So no, you don't have to go anything. Honestly, there's a lot of people that come in and simply get an ECU flash. On some of the bigger turbo models, you can achieve almost 20 horsepower. On the NA models, close to 10. It's doing nothing but gaining a lot of safety parameters and horsepower at the same time. And that's what I would suggest to people when you're looking into stages or things like that. Ask yourself, what do you want your end outcome to be? The good thing is that if you don't know that and you're starting and you want to do stages, that's why Evo has kind of captioned and gone that way, is that you can start with a stage 1. Now you have their software. Now you want to go up to a stage 2 or 3 or all the way up to 5 and the big turbos. You're not going to have to pay that initial tune. You're just going to pay for the extra hardware and a $50 fee for just reflashing the car. So that's
so people can grow.
You can grow.
Justin,
you
were
can
saying
grow
that to me,
horsepower wise, yeah. So you don't know what you want. That's cool. Start with a stage 1 stock car. Throw 15 horsepower at it. Well, to make 25 more, it requires exhaust. So that might be a stage 2 to do 25 horse, or stage 3 might require the restriction now to make 50 horsepower is intake air cleaner, some of the intake pressure lines, things like that, and then maybe for stage 4 might require a turbo. But the cool thing about Evo, like RJ was saying, is that you can stage this. You can pay for the first tune, then $50 plus parts, $50 plus parts, and you can just grow it up to what you think you might need.
Yeah, so, and for the most part, none of the hardware that you buy or any of the equipment that you buy is obsolete. It's almost used in every single stage that you go through and grow through. Aside from some of the bigger turbo kits now, you're really going to use everything you buy. So if you decide you're going to go in those stages and the next thing is an exhaust, and the next thing after that is a charge tube and blow-off valve, or an intake for an NA car, you're always going to use those through the stages. So nothing you buy, you're going to throw away, which is what I feel is the best bang for your buck, and something that not a lot of people do, or if anyone does in this industry, and why I feel like they're definitely a leader in this category.
Did that answer your questions, man? I know we kind of went through all of it, kind of a mess, but.
Questions that we hear commonly in the community, so we wanted to reach out and ask you a question. I have one more question if you allow me, just 2 more seconds. We went on a big trail ride, 1,500 miles across Idaho from south to Canada border, and we run the Evo 3R tune in our X3, and we found that a lot of these backcountry roads don't have quality gasoline. We have to put octane boost into the tank. How does that affect the tune, and how does that affect the performance and maybe possibly the heat characteristics of the car when you're having to put in those artificial octane boosts?
Well, I know from talks with Todd and Jim, octane boost is never the route they like to go, but one of the great things about the Stage 3R is that it's pound for pound probably the most sold tune and as the best safety parameters as far as if you're running a lower octane or you're running octane boost, I would say you're in the safest tune that you can at that horsepower level with that. Now, just black and white, it's if you're in a predicament, run octane boost. Definitely you don't want to run 87 or a low octane, and if that's what you have at the top, but definitely I would stay away from octane boost in every application just because of the inconsistency in it, and you don't exactly know what's going in unless you've really thoroughly tested that and the octane level that you're achieving and how long it's in there or how many gallons you're getting. But so trying to answer your question quick, if it's the only thing you got, run it and then get back to where you can have some quality 91. If it's the only thing you have, I would definitely, maybe talk to Evo and see if there's maybe a tune that for your specific area that would work better for a lower octane on there. Maybe you want to go down in horsepower.
That answer your question, bud? Hey, make sure you send us a shirt size.
Sure, I got 100 more if you ever want to take this off power, so.
All day long, man. Hey, send us your shirt size in the direct message, and we'll get you one out today.
So I'm going to answer one of the questions that were on there. Thanks, man, for signing in. Appreciate it. We've got a couple questions about other tuners that are out there. There's plenty of guys that tune this stuff. There really are, and there's nothing wrong with any of them. I'll just tell you, I think maybe RJ, you have to be a little political. I do not care. I don't care about being political, especially with Chase when I kick him in the nuts.
Hey.
There's a lot of tuners out there, but there are not any of them that put the time, the effort, and have the breadth of wisdom behind their company name like Evo does. Perfect example. A lot of tuners are going to throw a car on a dyno and they're going to make a horsepower number on a dyno and they're going to sell you that tune. Evo will make the horsepower on the dyno and then they will go out and test it at 10,000 feet, at Vegas to Reno at 100 degrees, in the dunes floored in the fastest dune ride ever. They're going to test the car loaded with a bunch of fat guys like me in the car, or they're going to test the car with one guy in the car. They're going to go to that next level. So in my opinion, that's the reason why Evo is the best.
I 100% agree with that, and it's why we use them in our application. So you have to think of myself as a business owner, what is going to give my customers not only the best result, but it's not going to come back on me if anything goes wrong. Right. So you look at everybody in the industry that's tuning, I would be hard pressed to say there's anyone with the amount of miles, the amount of the real estate that they've covered. I mean, you're talking about these guys are in the middle of Glamis in summer, 120 degrees, at night and during the day, testing the new 2020 files as of recently, before they released them. I don't know anybody that's doing it. Now, a dyno tuner, yeah, you can achieve some horsepower numbers. You also can achieve whatever you want on that dyno number, which is that's a hard thing for all of us to swallow, is some of these numbers are inflated.
Sure, they'll change parameters on the dyno and change barometric pressure inputs. It's just computer calculations that change a horsepower number if you want to.
Absolutely. And you look at the longevity and the people behind it. A lot of people that choose other tuners, they don't do the homework in it. It's either price-based or they have, for some reason, they don't want to go with Evo, which is fine. Everybody can choose whatever they want. For me personally, and for us as a whole, you have to look at it as a business aspect. What is the most safe, reliable horsepower gains we can get, and who's done the most homework? Hands down, nobody's done it more than Evo.
And I'll throw one more thing at that. Not only are they safe so that from a business aspect, you're not having to eat engines or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're also out there winning all the drag race horse right now.
Yeah.
You know, all the Biffle events.
Yeah, you look at Mod
Sweeping
Turbo.
events.
So if you look in the consumer events, so obviously the Outlaw class, it's anybody's game at that point. It's you have some amazing cars with guys that are achieving outstanding horsepower. But you look in the consumer classes, your Stock Turbo and Mod Turbo, they're mopping up. And these are on kits that you can purchase from Evolution Powersports. If you see the Desert Storm car go make a run, you can call Evo, talk to Nick or any other sales guys there and say, I want one on the Desert Storm car. It'll ship to you the next week. And that's one of the cool things. That, and you look at it in the racing aspect. I mean, these guys, they're putting between 300 and 500 miles every race on these, and they're taking those tunes and putting them directly in consumers' hands.
Yep.
The testing and the R&D there is second to none. There's nobody who's doing it like those guys are.
RJ, your captivating words are capturing the hearts of many out here. You got Steve0714 giving you a what's up, Mr. As If M. You got Frank G Life giving you a specific what's up. And then we got the one and only Brappo. Benny, yo, what Benny? What's going on? Benny, I miss yeah, Benny wants to say he misses you and he wants to kiss you.
We all know Benny Brappo.
Oh yeah.
So, funny story about Benny Brappo.
He put a signature on your door.
He put a signature on my entire car. So, Justin told me no. Justin told me specifically, he said, do not let Benny drive your car. And then Chase talked me into it. Now, I didn't know Benny at the time, and trust me, I thought he was a little bit weird, but Chase was like, this is going to be a great idea.
We were going to jump the canal. You're lucky.
Yeah. Benny takes my car out, and I remember I was in Evo's tent, right? And I see it getting towed in, my gorgeous black car getting towed in, going like wonky and this and that. And I literally remember my heart sunk. And Benny ran out of talent. But one of the things I loved about Benny is he spent the entire day shirtless, running all the way to Can-Am, all the way back. He'd find another part that was wrong all the way back until the car was back whole again. So Benny won me over on that one. Benny, we miss you. We hope you come out and don't drive any of our cars.
RJ, come on, man. We know we got some glamorous events coming up. I need a car.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And he's coming with me.
No, not happening.
Not happening, Chase. You don't get to drive shit.
Come on.
No way.
We do have a big trip coming up here, Justin, and we had some people giving you some good luck.
James Morgan 7734 says good luck at the Baja 500.
Thank you, James Morgan. Appreciate that. We're actually going to go testing. Let's talk to Darren. We are actually testing this afternoon, and the reason that we're testing this afternoon is because it's 108 outside.
Yeah, it's hot.
So we're going to run the race car 108 degrees, probably for 60, 80 miles.
I hope so, yeah.
Pinned, and just make sure that everything's good, because the next race is in San Felipe, and it's going to be just as hot there as it is here. So we're going to finish that up.
I told you, boys, lots of water in 69 miles only, okay?
Stop it there. All right.
Small Town Turbo wants to know if we run aftermarket or factory belts.
We run a factory belt on our race car. Personally, we found better results with that in our car. That does not mean that every single car is going to see that, and you can play with that on your own and decide what you like. What do you else you got? Oh, you know what else we can do? We can come over to this. And I think that we can hit this if somebody presses on the brake pedal. Thank you, RJ. There we have it. That easy. You've got a clutch kit, you've got a reflash, you've got 10% more horsepower on this car's probably 10 to 15 horsepower on an NA low car in that range. And when you're dealing with 115 horsepower, that is quite a bit when you get back into a single seater and get a bit of rip.
Yeah. I haven't even got to drive this thing yet. You guys are already going to get me smoking.
You're gonna need all the help you can get if you're going to Glen Helen, because that's going to be pinned 100% of the time.
Yeah, it'll be good, man. I'm stoked to see it. Thank you guys for doing it.
You know what? Glen Helen is kind of like a halfway mix between what you were used to in your short course stuff and a little bit of moto and a little bit of desert.
It'll be fun, man.
Yeah, it's kind of right up your alley.
I'm stoked.
We expect you to win.
I always expect myself to win, right? That's why this project's called #Winning at Life.
There it is, winning at life.
Yeah, we're stoked, man. Thank you very much, RJ. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Justin. And obviously, thank you to the guys at Evo, too, for coming on board and doing all this stuff. We couldn't do it without Craig Scanlon.
I was going to say, when you thank Craig.
Yeah, he's a badass for letting us do this.
Yeah, for sure.
What else is planned for the RS1 from here?
So next step is to go to the UTV World Championship. So that's in
3 weeks in Havasu.
So at Lake Havasu, and we also got an Airbnb with a pool, so you guys are welcome to come over and hang out.
We'll be there.
Yeah. Then we can
We'll
actually
be
get
there.
RJ to flash us
Yeah.
Woohoo!
at the pool.
So
Flashes on RJ.
it'll be really cool. This thing's going to be tested and tuned Thursday.
We're gonna do some tuning on Thursday. Yeah. So maybe on Thursday's feed, besides some of the other things, maybe we do have another group of jokes we have to come up with. Have you thought of that, RJ? We're thinking Chuck Norris.
Oh, that's a good one.
That could get good.
Yeah. You know what? Thursday's going to be a great day for you guys. I don't know if you got any shots of this, but this thing is set up. Is this RC2s?
Yep.
Full shock therapy. This is going to ride like a Cadillac, George.
I got to take it off the trailer and go in the dirt a little bit so far. Pounded a 3-foot bump, but I couldn't even feel it. So I can't wait till Justin actually shows me to go take it out wide open somewhere. It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna test on Thursday morning. We'll tell you guys all about it on Thursday's feed.
Yeah. So join us on Thursday. Woohoo!
What else you guys got? Anything cool?
I got Frontline
Any more-
Power Sports here. Go with Weller Racing for YXZ tunes, George. Here are YXZ guys. Is this true?
Weller does a very good job, but we've always been a big fan of Graves Power Sports. Graves does a really, really good job, and they help tune our cars throughout our YXZ tenure when we were racing short course, and we always had one of the fastest cars on the track. So I really like those guys at Graves, but like these guys said, you can't be too partial when it comes to tuning. You got to use whatever your available tune is for the situation that you're in, and I know Weller offers a lot of stuff too, so see what fits you guys best.
With that too, Chase, we got Queen Racing that jumped on as well. He said, RS1 tunes with our clutch kit and exhaust tip puts down 105 horsepower to the wheels. Just saying.
So there's a lot of tunes out there. There's a lot of things to choose from. I love Mark Queen, but you guys who are all over the country and all over the world, you may not have that option to go to a specific tuner in a specific town. That's one of the reasons why we're talking about Evo with this one, so that you guys could be part of that if you ever wanted to jump on it. But if you're in a spot where you've got a favorite guy, then absolutely use them, right? There's no offense taken on any of that. You have anything you want to part on when it comes to how cool horsepower is? Wheelies?
That's a burnout question. You know what?
Rubber.
It's too bad we're inside because we'd love to see some donuts here.
I don't know if we want our shop looking like yours.
You know what? That Chase always throws it like we caught up on that.
I know. He tries to get you off guard.
So we have a few
You know what
scars
you
on
do?
our floor, but you know what? We had more fun.
Kick him in the nuts.
Yeah. So
right there.
why do you spread for that? Why do you spread
Mitch
for
got
that?
him.
I'm training.
You know, like he was saying, there's a million tuners out there. Pick who you're comfortable with. Common misconception is that everybody cares who you use. Nobody cares who you use. We care that if you use us or if you use Evolution Power Sports, that you get not only the best of us, best customer service, and we do whatever we can to make you happy with your purchase. If you decide to go elsewhere with that, it's completely up to you. We'll high five you at the end of the drag strip.
Perfect.
Well, we're in front of you.
Gotta throw that in there. What do you got, man?
Yeah, 100%. Wolfie Nunez wants to know your thoughts on the reflex shock mount.
Reflex shock mount, no.
Justin,
Hold on. Let me think about it a little bit. No.
Justin, when are we getting our hands on the speed side by side?
Well, first Robbie has to finish it, then he has to drive it, and then he has to invite us over there. Now, we were supposed to go test with Robbie in August. It didn't happen. But it will happen when he's in town again. So I can't tell you, but it will happen. We'll tell you all about it after that.
Alrighty. Well, it looks like
Mitch,
that's
you
it.
good?
What else have we got for us?
How about this? Lindsay, one more time. Make you nervous. Please, what have you got to
Chase,
say?
give her 3 questions.
Yeah, 3 questions, Chase.
Lindsay, if people are interested in getting a tune like this, who should they go see? And if they're looking to get a tune like this installed, who should they contact?
Jeffrey's Performance all day. We've got everything in stock. Alex is up front. He knows what he's talking about. If you have any questions, call him. We can do tunes the same day. We'll get you going fast, and definitely Jeffrey's Performance.
Going fast and hauling ass. And
What else? What other question you got there, Chase?
And then what tune? Who? Evo?
Evolution Power Sports, yes.
What is their website?
EvoPowersports.com.
Alrighty. And then Lindsay, why are you not racing the Baja this year?
She's busy working.
I am. I'm trying to make money first.
But hey,
Racing costs a lot of money.
there is something coming up. Potential. She doesn't like talking about it, and I'm not going to talk about it. But you might see Lindsay racing overseas soon if something comes together.
Oh,
okay?
do I smell a little Dakar? I'm gonna throw that out there.
We can't say anything.
Open a whole new can of worms.
No, I don't know anything. I don't know anything, you guys. I just threw that out there.
Lindsay, I got a juicy one here.
Have you guys ever seen camel racing?
Camels, weird.
Camel racing?
I said she was racing overseas.
You know?
I know your brother has an in over there with Robbie. When are they releasing that car?
He doesn't know. He's
Lindsay,
back
don't
working for
hold
my
out on
uncle.
us. Don't hold out on us. I know you know something.
He just watches the lives at home with us now. He doesn't know anything.
Robert Coates, it's an Africa race. I don't. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
Who knows?
Linz, if they need to get shock therapy parts, what's our website? What's our phone number?
I don't
test
know.
for you.
Definitely putting her on the spot.
This is a test for you right now.
Shocktherapist.com.
We won't make you do that, Lindsay. I'm sorry. Sorry for Chase.
That's okay.
He's horrible. Anything else?
Not at all.
Okay.
Any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. There's no question that's dumb or that we haven't heard of, other than if Chase is single, and I can't answer that either.
Yeah, you can skip right past Tinder and just contact Chase at Chase Shock
Yeah.
Therapist. Then you don't have to go through anything or any pay for the app, then you can definitely contact Chase. Other than that, if you guys have questions, then go to evo.com.
Yeah.
Right?
EvoPowersports.com for anything you guys need EVO-wise. Jeffries-performance.com if you need to look up any of our stuff. DM us on any of the platforms, whether it's the Evo Instagram, Shock Therapy Instagram, or our Instagram. Let us know what we can do for you guys.
All of RJ's live stories on Instagram too.
Yes, make sure you do that.
Dude, I'm in a motivational phase in my life. Like, could you just get off of it? Like, I just feel like I should put out some positivity there.
I love it. Keep it rocking.
Actually, I got something. So we're going to sign off, and I'm going to put RJ in front right here. He always makes fun of my busy hands. So I got it right here. So if you guys would like to check out any of our products at shocktherapist.com, if you guys have any questions, as my thumbs are getting busy like this, and RJ, you smell wonderful.
Thank you.
Then give us a call at shocktherapist.com, and the guys up front will answer all of your questions. We will see you on Thursday, or throw it out there, Thursday.
The sad part is those are exactly the same size as my arms. I got little T-Rex arms.
And I'm on Grindr, guys.